Sweating like a fat redneck in the welfare line.
Oh man, my armpits. You know what? I noticed my right armpit smells more than my left.
Are you right-handed?
Yeah.
That's probably why. Okay. So much working on.
Welcome to the Setbreaker podcast. And today we have a guest, good friend of mine, Dom Pierno.
Hi.
Of Italian blood.
We're gonna talk about armpits today, right?
We're talking about armpits. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. But yeah. So you were telling me off camera that your mom would always go to the Vietnamese nail salons, right?
Yeah.
And you'd always be there with her, accompany
Yeah, I had
her.
to go with her because I was an only
Because you
child.
had no choice. Yeah.
It was either that or like burn the house down or get into the alcohol. So, but that's why I learned how to do the accent, which is I know it's terribly racist, but it's so funny.
I don't know when you do it. I think it's funny as fuck.
Not that bad, right?
Nah, I think it's good.
All I can do is talk about your nails, though. Really,
say one sentence about nails.
it's about nails.
Yeah.
Okay. Honey, how can do your nail, honey? That you have to put a gel nail, but your nail too short, honey. You have to cut the nail. You cut the too short.
Okay, I like that. But now I want you to say something that you've never said. Not about nails. I want you to say something about your boxing class you had earlier today.
Boxing class. Okay. Today honey do box the throat punch. Do left hand. You know the uppercut. Do uppercut. Do the right hook. Do a right hook.
That's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
I think it's pretty good.
I'm just happy it didn't turn Jamaican. Like, it was for some odd reason, whenever I do an accent, it like molds into a Jamaican guy, but not a very good one.
Do Jamaican one.
Oh, fuck. See, I can't do the Jamaican guy. I have to do something else, and then it becomes the Jamaican guy.
That's like me with the Bill Cosby. I have to start Vietnamese.
Yeah,
to
see?
get to Bill Cosby. So you have to get to. Oh, it all starts with Vietnamese, and then it transmutes into something else. So Vietnamese changes.
Wait, did we just stumble on
Jamaican.
something?
I think we did.
Where is Christopher Columbus was Vietnamese? No,
I
mean, if everything has to start with the base, right?
Because he went the wrong way, right?
That's what I'm saying, right? He went the wrong way.
because he was stumbling over his words.
Yes.
He was trying to say, let's go this way.
Yeah.
Like, let's go north.
Right.
But he ended up saying, no, go. We're trying to go do the that. No.
Like, just go west, man. I don't just go west.
Did you mean northeast? Yeah, no east, man. Go to north.
No. Yeah.
No east right there. No east.
They just started going. I think that's what happened.
I think that's what happened too.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
They had to redo history books.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I have to say this. I think we might have talked about it for like a second before like when we were hanging out. Mm-hmm. But you surprisingly know a lot about different cultures. And the reason why I say surprisingly is not because you're white, but it's because partly it's because you're mixed white. It's like you're white, but you look racist.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm going for. I just want to be left alone in the grocery
because
store,
you look like a super badass bro guy who like would only hang out with white dudes and like pickup trucks only.
Yeah, I did have one.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with pickup trucks. But like, how does that affect you in life?
I mean, dude, I grew up in Southern California, right? So like, the majority of my time spent was with Mexican people. Like every warehouse job I ever had, So I mean, it wasn't like I didn't really grow up around a lot of white people. Like I went to Ocean View High School. There was a mix of people at that school, dude. It was white, black, Asian, Mexican. Like there was everybody there, you know. So I mean, honestly, dude, like when I first started comedy, it got old, you know, because people were like, "Here comes a fucking date rapist, racist guy." Like, okay, I get it, dude. Like, yeah, okay, I look like Fred Durst. Like, big deal. Listen, every time I did any like comedy roast thing, it was like 18 jokes about how I'm drugging girls. I'm like, dude, listen, I'm not that smart, first of all. Yeah. Right? I don't even know where to get that stuff. Like,
that's chemistry.
That's chemistry. Yeah. I watched Breaking Bad. I didn't pay attention that close.
And that's meth. You know, that's different.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I think it just, people are going to judge me from my outward appearance. Like, I'm not going to be friends with those people anyways.
That's true. Huh?
So when you get to know me, like, you understand I'm the complete opposite of that guy. I'm a really nice person. I don't hate anybody. You know, like, I'm not racist at all. So I just look like this because I grew up in Huntington Beach. You know,
yeah, Galen's told me some stuff about Huntington Beach.
I mean, it would be like asking a Jamaican guy why he's got dreads, you know? Like,
true.
Where'd you grow up, man? You know, like if he grew up in Idaho, he probably wouldn't have dreads, you know?
Yeah, I just wanted to know because what I was thinking before you got here was actually, obviously there's a lot going on right now, like with society and everything too. Even with Asians, when the coronavirus first came out, there was a lot of like shit that happened to us, and
they swept that under the rug real quick, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they forgot.
There was like 2 weeks of like Chinese people getting harassed, and then all of a sudden nobody gave a shit anymore.
Actually, no, the attacks are still bad.
Yeah,
like old Korean men are getting beat up in the buses.
No one's talking about it.
Yeah,
though.
they're not talking. You're right, though. Nobody's talking about it, but it's still happening because there's always like a main focus that everybody wants to do. But what I wanted to say was, so as a white dude who it's easy to. Now I'm not talking about any specific subject, but I'm saying it's easy to blame white people for certain things. Like just right away I could be like, oh, you're white, so or you're probably racist, or like you're this, you're that, you're that. So I wanted to know, from your perspective, what is it like going through that, especially when you're like, you aren't even saying anything remotely racist or whatever, but like I'm sure you've gotten it, right?
Or, I mean, dude, it's not about me. You know, like this whole thing is so fucking big.
Oh, but no, I'm not talking about right now. I want to separate it too, just in case, so people don't think I'm talking about not diminishing what's happening now.
No, I know. I just mean like, if anyone, like, I think the issues that are like at hand right now are like the people that are racist, that are those people. You're very obvious who they are.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, so I haven't really gotten any of the like. I mean, okay, I'll share one thing with you. I got a friend of mine on Instagram who's he's half black and half white. And I had posted a thing on Instagram a while back, kind of like when this first thing started, just kind of saying like, hey man, like this is unfortunate. And although I don't agree with looting and rioting and stuff, I do understand why all this is happening. And I just want everyone to be safe. Don't hurt anybody, but get the message out. Like, I get it. I understand. And I stand with those people. And this person that I'm a friend with had messaged me and he was very honest, and he was just like, hey man, like, thank you for that video. I wrongly had an assumption of you as a white guy from Huntington Beach. I just assumed that you were one of those guys, so like, I get like, it kind of gave me more of an understanding as to what everyone's going through right now, like just having that assumption put on me without any any proof or base like to go on, like that's what's happening to African American people, and so like and at like staggering rates and ending in murder, so like, I mean, I if I'm going to take any of that stuff, like, it's understandable, like, I look like the guy, but if you're willing to get to know me, then you'll find out real quick that's not the case. So it doesn't really affect me, I think, because that's not the person I am. So if you're going to look at me and think that's fine. You can think that. If you want to take the time to get to know me, you'll understand that that's a wrong assumption.
You know what? It seems to be, it's not any different than like me. And then if somebody just assumes that, if they want to go off of stereotypes that I'm submissive or quiet or whatever and that type of stuff, or like,
I get it. Anyone looks at me and thinks that, like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think the same way as you, like, it's just, they could think it, but I know what I am, so it doesn't bother me. Right. So it makes absolute sense. Yeah.
I just think that we all need to get past that, like, hardcore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just everybody needs to stop worrying about what we look like and worry about how we treat each other.
It's always high school,
fucking
man.
Simple. It is high school, dude.
High school never ends.
It never stops, bro. It never stops. Especially when you get into comedy, man. Like the cliques and like it never stops. You just get into different levels of it.
I miss it, but I don't miss that.
Yeah, but that's everything, dude. Even jobs you have, if you're on a sports team, like everything is like.
I guess because I was so immersed in it more than anything I've done.
Yeah,
it made me really hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I love and hate comedy the same amount.
True.
Anytime anyone comes to me and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about getting into stand-up. Any advice?" It's always the same response: don't. Like, just don't. If you're asking about it, don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
like that's 100%.
Or just do it and don't ask.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're asking about it, you're apprehensive, then you shouldn't fucking do it.
Absolutely.
If something you feel like you have to do, like you'll get your ass on stage and you'll do it.
No matter how terrified you are, you'll keep showing up, and then they'll always ask, "How do I do it?" It's like somebody who, like they can't open up an email on Gmail, and then they're like, "Hey, how do I do this?" They text you, "How do I do this?" And go to Google. Figure it out on your own. My friend just now, he messaged me saying, "Hey, this video that you uploaded, You posted the wrong one, but the file name said mukbang with Lee or whatever, right?
Mukbangs, dude.
And he was trying to download that one, and I uploaded it 2 weeks ago, so it took him 2 weeks to fucking download it. And then he screenshots of a video or the file he had, which was a podcast episode that we did. And I was like, that's a different file name. That's called like setbreaker pod with Lee.
Sounds like my mom, dude.
Yeah, I said that to him. I said that to him. I was like, dude, nobody frustrates me more with this stuff than you and my mom. And he texted me, hey man, don't disrespect your mom, heart emoji. And I was like, dude,
like you're disrespecting my mom right now.
And he's between us. He's I'm about to be 31, you're gonna be 36. He's 33.
And we should know how to use computers, man. We were coming up right when they were becoming a thing. You know, like remember the 90s, like my first computer, my E-machine. I had an E-machine, dude.
What the fuck is an E-machine?
That was Microsoft's like their own like all-in-one computer. Remember the Microsoft store?
Yeah.
You'd go there. That's where you could get E-machines.
E-machines,
dude. They were terrible. But that's what taught me when I was younger how to like tinker with computers and shit. Because it would always break, so I'd take it apart like a crackhead, figure it out. You know,
well, what can I sell right now?
Look for the CIA tracking device that I know is in there.
Yeah, what the fuck can I sell?
They're listening.
Damn. So this podcast is the first one in many months where I'm doing it hot as fuck. Like the heat fucks me up,
it's
and
hot, dude.
I'm just hoping I don't look like I don't care. Like I care. It's just my face is just like it's hot.
It's hot, dude. But I mean, I would much rather deal with this than live in like Florida.
True.
You know, I mean, dude, it's always like hot and humid and tropical, or like dealing with. I don't want to live in Boston either. You ever been to the East Coast in the summertime?
No.
Fuck that.
Is it humid?
Dude, I had family in Michigan growing up, and we would go there every now and then. And like, I went there in the summer one time, and dude, it's like 100 out because the humidity, man, it's insane. You step out of the shower sweating.
It's gross, man. Shit. I'm actually going to the East Coast Sunday. I'm going to Georgia.
Ooh.
So I'm complaining right now, but.
Dude, this is like, this is 50 and rainy right now compared to what you're going to get in Georgia, dude.
Oh, man.
It's going to be hot as fuck. But some bomb egg, there's so much food, dude. Oh, my God, the barbecue.
I'm ready to eat because it's way more open over there than here.
I mean, they had how crazy is it that something happened in Minneapolis that like, there was riots in Georgia and Atlanta. It's crazy, dude. This is nothing like this has ever happened in our entire lives. Not even our parents, dude. I mean, what did we have? The Watts riots, you know, and then we had the Rodney King riots.
K-Town.
But I mean, dude, those were like in one area, you know, like this is crazy. Every state, like was like 18 countries, 50 states, 18 countries, something like that.
It's insane.
It's
all
nuts,
together
dude.
for that shit.
Yeah.
Which I was even more surprised. I mean, the fact that it was just like all of America doing that at the same time, but I was very surprised about the countries.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of thought like, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think it's like this is gonna be an unpopular opinion.
Say it.
But I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
Oh, you mean with like all this?
I think it'll temporarily, like we put the fire out for a minute, but something's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be a shitty cop. He's gonna kill somebody, justified or not.
True.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen again. I mean, this kind of civil unrest, it leads to small temporary change. Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't know if there's too many people. That's always my argument.
Too many working pieces. Too many. There's too much. It's too complex.
It's too complex, man. We can't if this is like having 300 million wolves and 10 sheep and trying to stop the wolves from eating the sheep.
True.
Like, how are we gonna do that? You put a big fence around it and set the fence on fire, but eventually that's going to die down and the wolves will get in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, I see this whole thing as like, I'm glad it happened in a sense but it's like we didn't know this shit was happening. You know, like this is not brand new news, dude. It's just happening to the point now where like the cops are so brave about it that there's phones in their faces and they're just whatever, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think that's ever going to stop, man.
Damn. Anyways,
cheers
to that. Yeah, I mean, obviously we both want this to be like.
Yeah, I want for sure.
But this is also decades, generations of racism built into their DNA. I mean, I only say DNA because it's like so ingrained within their head.
That's right, though, dude.
From family, like, hey, son, you see that N-word right there? You know, that type of stuff. Or these chinks right there, right? Like, and the whole like system. This has been going on for so fucking long.
Yeah, dude.
That like, I think it will help to a certain level, but it's always gonna be there because, dude, at the end of the day, humans like to step on other humans. Because even me as an Asian, like, it's always fucking there. Yeah. It's always fucking gonna be there.
We're always most scared of what we don't know, right? Like, it's, you know, that's why, like, gay people and stuff get beat up, and because you're scared of the unknown, you know? Like, people are just fucking ignorant. I mean, but I just don't think, I think there's something, like, in small pockets we can make changes, but, dude, it's going to result in shitty stuff no matter what, right? So like either more people are going to die or cops are going to hesitate now in front of a real criminal. Like, let's not take away from the fact that there are really bad people out there, and the cops need to be able to take care of those people or arrest them and stuff. And those people are going to pull guns on cops and are going to shoot at them and are going to try and get away. And like, you can't diminish that completely because an innocent person died. Like that did happen and that sucks, but at the same time, like, there are still really fucking bad people out there. Like, we need them not there and off the streets and shit, you know? So like, I would just hate to see, because there's good people everywhere, dude. There are really good cops out there that just want to do the right thing. They just want to protect their community, you know, like, but they're going to have a hard time doing that now. Like this whole like defund the police thing, it's absolutely silly. Everyone who's crying and screaming for anarchy would be in the fetal position after an hour of that. Yeah, they're not as tough as they think they are, man.
If there was like chaos to the point where people are breaking into each other's homes,
yeah, man,
everybody's gonna hope that there are cops,
right?
But the bad ones, the thing is, the ones that all the bad shit that have killed innocents, especially innocent black men, they need to get locked up for life.
Sure.
And they need to I feel like if they were able to not brush that under the rug, it could help the cops' perspective, or not perspective, how people view the cops so much, but they haven't. Then they'd be able to be like, okay, well, we got rid of a lot of the bad cops. Hopefully all, but you know, I don't know.
There's no like precedent. There's no example to be set. It's like, you kill this guy, you'll get suspended, and then some other department will hire you somewhere else.
Yeah. So they can just keep moving around and
they're like the child molester priests, bro. They get caught, and then it's like, we'll send you to another church. You know, like, it's exactly what they do with the police department, man.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a private Lutheran school all the way to 8th grade, and there was this guy named Pastor Mike. He's gay. He would act like he wasn't gay, but he was also a pedophile. He would come up to the little boys and massage us and get really creepy and like whisper and he whispered. Yeah. And
so weird, dude.
It's weird. And he was a fucking weird dude. He even threw a shoe at me one time because I wasn't like paying attention. He threw a fucking shoe at me and I didn't report it, which I should have.
That's a perfect example, right? Like, how many times has that guy done that? And he's still probably doing it.
Touching, and you know what? And he's a head pastor, last I checked, of LGBTQ church, I believe. So then he can hide behind that to try to like protect them. But not saying that is what, you know, the group of people do. But what I'm saying is he could potentially use that as like a card. Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%, dude. Yeah. Anything to get you out of trouble.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like, I was actually thinking about hitting up the church that he's with and tell them like, hey dude, this fucking guy, he's a pedophile. He's also abusive. He threw a shoe at me.
But likely they would take your complaint and then nothing would happen.
That's why I didn't do it.
I mean, that sucks because that's what perpetuates more abuse and more violence and more shit like that.
Exactly. It's just this fucking thing, man. It's a damn shame, man.
It's a damn shame, brother.
Yeah.
We had to talk about it.
We did.
So let's move on to happier things. What do you think?
Yeah. Enough about me.
Enough about people
getting
dying
a shoe thrown at me.
No, I want to hear about your shoe experience.
No, I already talked.
You know, I don't.
I don't know, man. I was just like, hey, Pastor Mike, like, why don't you massage me? He massaged everybody. He massaged all the other dudes, but me. and all I got was a shoe thrown at me. Like, where's the love, man?
I mean, dude, that takes a lot of effort. Take your shoe off, throw it at somebody.
Yeah, but it was my own shoe.
Oh, how do you take your shoe off and throw it at you? Did you run afterwards?
We were, it was an 8th grade trip to East Coast, right? So we were at the hotel, like all of us, like four boys to a room, right? And he came into the room to check in on us, and I had headphones in and I couldn't hear him, and he threw his shoe at me. And he was angry. Damn. Right? Look at that.
I got shoved by my old basketball coach once in high school.
Really?
It was like a remedial English class. And it was in Ocean View. These like bunkers. There's like outside bunkers. There was literally holes in the ground where you could see the dirt underneath the classroom. Now they got a fucking Olympic pool and a brand. I'm like, fuck, where all this funding at when I was there, dude? Like we were scraping by at that school. But I was a shitty student, man. I wouldn't shut the fuck up, and he kept telling me to be quiet. And I just wouldn't listen to him. And so he came up from behind me and shoved me like into a desk.
Oh, damn.
In front of the whole class, dude. It was insane, man. Everybody, you could hear a pin drop in there. He froze. He runs out of the room. I'm in there. Like the principal calls me into the office. They asked me if I wanted him fired. And I said no, because he was my basketball coach. And I actually really liked him. So they called him in there and they made him apologize to me about it. And then he wasn't there for like a week, and then he came back. But that was the craziest thing, bro. Like as a student, I was like, yo, you can't push me. What the fuck is this?
I promise you, it's way more fun and chill as me being the host when I'm not fucked up like this. But
this is the most fun and the most chill.
Is this?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
This is called fucking perspective.
Yeah.
Anyways, look at that. Look at me negative framing. See, this is what happens. Because I was obsessing over the MacBook that I returned, MacBook Pro 16, which overheats and is fucking bullshit because you can't even attach it to an external monitor without it overheating. But
at least it's cheap though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Very affordable products there from Apple.
I updated the specs. I put the specs, higher specs, and then everything came out to 3.2 thousand. And that's money I don't have. I just got from like unemployment and then the stimulus check. And I was like, you know what? This is going to change my life forever. I got it. And I was so stressed out over it for like 5 days. And it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I finally returned it today.
Half of that money would get you like the sickest PC, bro.
I know.
Like a monitor, keyboard, mouse, like everything, dude. For half of that money. Like sick as fuck.
That's how I knew that.
Yeah.
Wow, I've fallen into the Apple trap. Now, we talked about how iPhones are great. Now, I will stand by iPhone no matter what.
Popular opinion,
yeah.
iPhones are 100% better than Androids.
I love iPhones.
Androids are Walmart phones, bro. Like 100%. Any of you with your Androids, stop it. Your phone's not good. If you paid $79 for it, it's not a good phone. Hate to break it to you, dude. If you're not in debt for the next 2 years, your phone sucks.
Yeah, you got... Shit. But yeah, iPhones are just badass. I've had them for years now. But in terms of the MacBook, I started PC and then I transitioned to the MacBook in 2015 and I loved it. And then now, what is it? It's about to be we're like 6 months away from 2021. But now I'm thinking I'm really probably just going to go back to PC.
But you can get so much porn on PC too. Like all those third party, don't look at me like you're not going to download porn.
I'm not. You're gonna. No. I stopped watching porn like a few months ago.
Why?
Look at
What's
you.
wrong?
You look so weird. Out of everything we said, you're just like, oh my god, why? Just
genuine, whatever.
Genuine, like
what's happening?
Because when I watch porn, it fucks me up. Like I get affected mentally in a way where I get more insecure. I get anxiety.
What are you watching it for 6 hours?
No. It's just something about it. I don't know if it's because it's like this inner guilt or something like that, but it fucks me up, and I can't.
Were your parents like over the top, like anti, like no sex, no nothing?
No.
Huh?
No, I don't know what the fuck it is, man.
Maybe you're looking. Maybe the dicks are too big. You don't.
That used to bother me in high school.
The porn with the giant dicks.
That used to bother me in high school. It made me think I had a tiny ass dick.
Yeah, dude, porn fucked my dick perspective up so bad, bro. I have like, what is that? Body dysmorphia? I have cock dysmorphia. I'm not sure if it's small or if it's huge. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Those dicks on porn are not. That's not normal.
What do you do with that though? Like, I thought about it.
What
Like,
do you do with that?
Because sometimes mine
flop it out on people's tables.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's just
What do you do?
like I'm a grower. Okay. So it's not that big when it's small. I mean, when it's flaccid. But when it gets bigger, when it grows, I'm like average / slightly above average, depending what scale we're going by. But we don't have to get into it. But I did reveal what the actual size was on like 2 podcasts. So.
Did you pull the measuring tape out?
me and my buddy were talking, and we just threw out the numbers, but we didn't care. But yeah, I'd be like, that stuff is it gets in the way for my size. So I'm like, they're huge. They're fucking ginormous.
I haven't measured my dick because I don't. It's like the same reason I haven't stepped on the scale for a long time, Yeah. I just don't want to be disappointed. I mean, I'm happy, but if it comes out at 5.5, I'm gonna be pissed.
Do you know the first thought that I had? It wasn't about measuring your dick. It was about, I have a scale right here.
Nah,
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
I've had 2 beers, so probably that's like 8 pounds in water weight. I'm not a mathematician.
Yeah. Was that something that was a point of like insecurity for you growing up?
Being fat? Oh, dude, I lost about 100 pounds like 4 or 5 years ago.
So you're saying you were 100 pounds heavier?
I used to weigh like 320, 315, 320.
Damn, dude, you lost a lot of weight.
I lost a lot of weight, but then I put some back on too. Like I'm probably like, no lie, like right now. Like,
I actually didn't catch that.
I'm probably like 240 right now, dude. Like 230, 240.
But you still lost. That's still most of it.
I did lose a lot of weight. Yeah, I just need to stop drinking beer and eating pizza. But my job, I mean, dude, I walk like 8 miles a day every day for work. So it's like almost like I just like leveled out. I'm like just gonna be this level of fat until I change my diet, which is fine,
just the perfect amount.
It's okay. I have a girlfriend. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's very.
Did you just get a girlfriend?
No, we've been together for about a year. It gets on and off.
Oh,
it was an on and off thing for a minute, but it just goes pretty steady now. I'm a difficult person to date, bro. Like 100%.
Why?
I just I'm selfish, but it's not like it's not like a mean selfish. It's just like I just like my fucking time, dude. Like I don't like being, you know what I mean? Like I need free time sometimes. Like whole day to do nothing sometimes. Like I just have like a hard time like balancing things, work and social life. And when comedy was around, it was even worse because the all the obligations with bookings and stuff like that. But I mean, now that things have kind of like slowed down a little bit, I've been working on it. So in a sense, like this whole COVID thing was a good thing for a lot of people. I think we all needed to like pump the brakes a little bit. You get so caught up in the rat race, like you got to pump the brakes every now and then and just reevaluate shit. I mean, dude, I've saved so much money on like fast food and all this bullshit like that I just never fucking needed. I think it was a good thing for the most part, other than people dying, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I'm on the same page as you.
If you believe COVID's real, we're the Alex Jones. COVID's not real. This is a chemtrails.
Dude, that guy cracks me up.
Dude, he believes everything he says too.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing about him.
But there's something to be learned about him because he has a huge fan base, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, massive.
So he is the epitome of polarizing. In America, he's one of those figures that just proves if you are 100% you at all times, people
will appreciate it. I don't know
or
if
they'll
it's
hate
right
you.
or not, or they'll hate you.
Yeah. But that's something as a stand-up comic that I can appreciate, actually. It doesn't mean I agree with things he says. Doesn't mean I'm like, I follow him.
It's a good quality to have, that unapologetically you quality, but it turns a certain line like Donald Trump, like when you become racist. It's like, well, that's who he is. Like,
with those bounds, right? But still being like you.
Oh yeah, dude.
So.
He's not Alex Jones is not faking any of that, which is what makes him even crazier, right? Like he 100% believes in that shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at the way fucking Hitler made shit happen. A fucking failed artist.
Listen,
with weak muscles, a little tiny boy.
He was a psycho, but he wasn't stupid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like a lot of those guys, like you look at those guys, like the Kaczynskis of the world, or the Dahmers of the world, or anybody who caused a lot of destruction and shit. It takes a lot of planning. You got to be smart. You know what I mean? Like you're not an idiot. I can't remember the last time they arrested anybody like that, or like a serial killer or someone was like, oh no, I just killed them. You know, like they're always like super well spoken, articulate guys.
Yeah.
You know, like they just something's fucking off there. Like if something's weird and rewired the wrong way, and now they're killing people. But they're never stupid.
True, because if they were stupid, they wouldn't be getting away with it at all.
Right, yeah, they wouldn't be serial killers, right? Like you wouldn't be able to kill 15 people if you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they would have been a killer or almost killer.
Or a failed killer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you could kill somebody and get away with it 100% and nobody ever had to know it was you, would you do it?
Right now?
Any person you could think of that you're just like, I've always hated that person.
Right now, no.
No.
The way I am now, no, because I let go a lot of grudges and stuff like that. But 10 years ago, yeah. The guy that jumped me with like 3 dudes. Oh, it was over 10 years ago when he did it, but he was like in his 20s and I was 16. And then I got betrayed, and then they're like, yeah, they fucked me up. And for years after that, it made me paranoid about trusting friends and other people.
That makes sense.
And then every time I'd work out, have you seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, The Pumping Iron?
Oh fuck yeah!
You know what Lou Ferrigno? He goes like he's doing a shoulder, the military press with the barbell. He's going like Arnold, like to pump himself up because he's thinking about who he's. I know I made him sound like Arnold, but he's thinking of the competitor.
Yeah.
To pump him up. I would do that with that. I'd be like, fucking Albert, but I get really violent. I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking murder you when I see you. Like, I would say that. I'd whisper. I'd be at the YMCA and I'm like, yeah. And then my friend in Korean class,
losing it.
yeah, in Korean class, like she was like, hey, I saw you. You have a crazy face. I'm like, what do I look like? She's like, when you work out. But that's because I was thinking about him. I was thinking about fucking him up.
A crazy face, dude.
Yeah. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a crazy question, right?
Back then.
I mean, dude, there's probably 1 or 2 people I could think of right now that gotta go. You know?
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'd be able to do it. That's the only thing. Yeah. Like, I don't think I feel like physically be able to kill somebody. I don't know why I thought about that. It's just fucking crazy. It's a crazy thing.
No, it's not crazy.
I listen to I'm weird. I listen to murder podcasts and shit.
Murder podcasts?
Like true crime podcasts? You ever like? There's a really.
I love watching true crime shows.
There's a really good one called Sword and Scale, which I think is the most popular one. But it's basically they just go through things even things you hear in the media and shit, like the news and stuff. You just wait a little long, like a little while. They'll have that as a podcast. But dude, I listen to a lot of it, especially while I'm working. Mm-hmm. So it's just I know, right? I work for Amazon, so run up to the door. I'm like, hey, have a nice day. And in my ear, it's like, you stabbed her 97 times. I'm like, have a great day. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it though, dude. I have this really weird, I just want to hear about it and listen about it and get into those people's heads. Because it's so hard to understand to me, somebody that can do that. So I just weird, morbid curiosity as to what the fuck kind of person is that? Strangle somebody or stab them 80 times,
But I think that's a human thing, because why else are we so interested in gangs? Why is there so many gang documentaries? Why are there shows dedicated, like Gangland on Spike?
Yeah.
Why are there shows dedicated to that? Or prison? We as humans are very curious about the criminal underworld, the way they think, the way they work. But we also think even if we don't agree with it, there's something exciting and alluring about it.
It's sort of like when you go to the zoo and you see a lion, right? When you're like, fuck, that thing's super dangerous. I don't want to be in there with it though. I'm good. I'll watch it from here. Holy shit, look at that. But if you're in there with it, well, fuck, I don't want to be in here with this thing, But a tiger would see that and be like, fuck that, let me in. I don't give a fuck about this thing, and we're not tigers, so I think that's what the curiosity is for. That's a different kind of animal, man. Fuck somebody that can murder or whatever. You just you want to look at them through the gate, you don't want to be near them. You don't want to go where they're at, but you don't understand it either. Because we're not that guy, right? I don't even want to fight anybody, bro.
Yeah.
I started taking boxing lessons and my trainer was like, well, you want to spar someday? And I was like, no, I don't want to get punched in the face. Why? I just want to get in shape, bro. I don't want to fight. I don't want to hurt anybody. I think that's why it's so interesting to me. It's how did you do it? How do you do it?
I'm the opposite of that.
You're the opposite of that?
I've always wanted to hurt people, but the thing is...
I've always wanted to stab somebody.
That's not actually a lie. Because I would fantasize about... dude, ever since I was a little kid, I would fantasize about people trying to break in, whether I'm at my grandma's house or like I'm like here at my house with
What
my
were you
family.
gonna kill him with?
I imagine different scenarios, like they come in with a gun, but they don't know, like they think I'm gonna be like, oh my god, but they don't know that I'm willing to stab somebody. And I'll talk about this on stage before. But
How old were you?
When I first started getting like this, I would say, I think kindergarten or something, because I remember just watching, but trying to protect my family,
right,
but like kind of wanting it to happen so I could hurt somebody.
This 6-year-old's not going to do anything, but all of a sudden they get stabbed.
No, I'll do like, it'll be like 2 a.m. and then I'll watch some Netflix show and the window will be fully wide open back there, and I'll hear a noise. I'm like, what the fuck, right?
This is my night. This is my night.
and I literally think I wish a motherfucker would, because I know exactly how quick I can run to get the knife, and I know I will not hesitate to stab somebody. And I imagine them, because you know, some of these burglars. Is that what
you hope? Like, would you hope you'd be able to do that, or are you positive like I'm stabbing motherfucker?
Obviously, it's different if it were to actually happen, but
yeah,
in my mind. Like, for instance, like fighting and stuff, like we imagine, oh, we could fuck this guy, but for me, and realistically, I can admit that's not gonna fucking happen.
Right.
But when it comes to actually like stabbing somebody, when they enter my territory and like domain and I have to protect people, I am 100% confident I can do it. Now, it doesn't mean I'm gonna kill them right away, but it does mean that I will not hesitate to hurt them, because I used to get a thrill off of look at me getting all deep. Look at it, like, you're looking at me like I'm a true crime podcast.
It's so interesting.
Yeah. But I would like look for ways to. I get excitement from seeing people get hurt. Or like I do little things
to see the side of people, man. Because you know what, like everybody has it.
Yeah, no, we all.
Everybody,
we do it. Anybody that says they don't is a fucking liar.
They're the psychopaths that they're waiting to do it, or they have done it.
Yeah, But yeah, I used to have really violent thoughts about.
But when you were when you were a kid, I want to know what was your like the scenario, right? Like you're like, all right, if someone breaks in here and tries to go after moms, like I got my knife. Like, what were you gonna do as a little kid?
Well, my first memory that I could think of is when I'd be left at my grandparents' house. I would grab my grandpa's cane. Man, I don't know. Now thinking about it, I'm like, damn, I was a crazy ass kid. Yeah. Like they'd just be chilling in the living room watching TV. And then I would go grab my grandpa's cane and go to the other room, the front room, and I look through the peephole to make sure nobody's there, and then go to the other side and look out the big window in the darkness to make sure like nobody's there. But I'd be scared, so I'd hunch down because I'm scared of like the dark, right, back then. And then I'd be
still scared of the dark.
If it's really dark and it's like
run
an alley,
to my room. I don't give a fuck.
True. And then I would just like peep up, like, okay, is anybody there? And then hide back down. Like almost like as if it's like a gun battle.
What were you watching? Where did this come from?
I you know what? I got left at my grandparents' house a lot, and I was left a lot with the TV. And I think I watched a lot of USA Network, a lot of action, like what is it? Fucking Sylvester Stallone movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, okay. I have a sister, but I don't remember my sister ever being around during those times. I don't know where she was.
That's very weird to say about your sister.
Remember, yeah. Well, we don't have a relationship. Like
I had a sister. I don't know where she was.
Yeah, we literally talk maybe like 3 sentences a year.
Damn.
And we live together.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I moved back home, but still, even now, we don't really. Yeah.
Was she that much older than you or something?
No, I'm older than her, 3 years older. But we just never. It was a fucking thing.
Weird. I only asked that because like I was an only child, so like I was raised by the TV for a lot of my childhood too.
Yeah. Well, my parents just like sent me to daycare and all that stuff. Yeah, so same. I think that's where. I think that's where it came from. Well, that and like you grow up a certain way with parents that are like my dad was pretty aggressive and violent and stuff. So that mixed with the TV, that's a concoction for hoping somebody breaks into your house so you can fucking stab them.
Totally
you can stab them, right?
Though. I mean, that's the thing about it, though, is like, I mean, if you look at it from a positive point, right? Like you're just a protector, man. Like you're down for your family. You want to make sure no one hurt the people you love.
True,
right?
True. Or even with friends. Like if somebody tries to fuck with me, I don't really care. But when somebody really gets into my friends' faces or stuff like that, then there's a side of me that comes out where, like, I want to hurt them.
Yeah, like I get that too, though.
I
have that protector in me too. Yeah. Because especially if it's someone that can't defend themselves.
I hate bullies, dude.
Bullies. That's the thing about it, dude. It's the bully thing, right? Because I don't know about you, but when I was coming up in school and shit, I got picked on a lot.
I got bullied. Yeah.
Yeah, and not until like my sophomore year in high school, really, where like some kids started to kind of get to know me and actually started to like me and would kind of stick up for me on occasion. But
yeah,
I didn't really stop until I stuck up for myself. Dude, I got to fight my English class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this fat motherfucker, Billy. Hey, Billy. This fat motherfucker named Billy. I hate that motherfucker. And he hit me over the head with my English book, and I got up and like shoved him in the English class, and we started throwing fists at each other, and the teacher was freaking out, and I got to kick us out of class and shit. And after that, like nobody really picked on me anymore because I was such a quiet kid, you know. Like I just didn't like nobody ever just fuck with me because I was a quiet fat kid, you know. But growing up now though, like if I see like no one fucks with me now, which is it's fine. Like I'm a nice guy. I don't want to fight anybody anyways. But there was remember Father's Pub? Yeah, they used to do that mic there at Father's on Sundays.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There was one night I was there, and Dakota was there. Dakota Freeman, super nice comic.
Yeah, he's skinny too.
Little scrawny, little skinny guy with a beard and stuff, and like probably without a doubt one of the nicest people I've ever met. Like meek, quiet, nice guy, like super sweet. And some dude, like some drunk dude, started really fucking with him outside. Really? Oh, and Dakota was like, "Hey man, like just like I'm sorry if I said anything that hurt your feelings. Like I'm not trying to do that." And the dude like gets in Dakota's face, and I was like, "All right, well that's enough of that."
Yeah.
Like I just stepped in and I was like, "Hey man, knock it off." And then the dude shoved me, and I was like, "All right,
damn."
That's enough. Like you got it out of your system. That's because he was a smaller guy too. I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but dude rushed me, man. And I stuck him in a front lock guillotine.
Oh shit!
Pulled up on him, and the best part about it was like he gurgled a little bit, and then he goes, "Come on, man, chill out." Like, me?
As if it's your fault.
As it's my fault. That was like the last altercation I was in, but it was sticking up for Dakota, man. He's such a nice guy. So I'm with you on that. Like I see somebody getting fucked with like that, like. There's like instinct in me to just jump in there and help them out. Yeah,
when I see bullies like that, I want to torture them. Like I hate because my dad would bully me all the time growing up, like physically and shit, and then emotionally too. And having bullies growing up in school and stuff. Yeah, so I mean now, look, I'm not the biggest dude, but I'm also not like small, and people don't really come, and we're adults too at the same time.
Yeah.
But even as an Asian dude, even though Asians are the easiest to pick on out of everybody because we're just like easy targets, the things my friends go through, it doesn't really happen to me as much at all anymore. So much because
you're a pretty buff dude, man.
Probably that.
I mean,
probably that. Like, and this doesn't mean losing like 10 pounds.
You're not. Yeah, I mean, you don't look like a scrawny guy.
Yeah. But there's still that part of me that just like I just want to hurt people.
Dude, I grew up like watching Bruce Lee and shit.
Yeah,
and I thought every Asian
bad
dude
people.
But I thought every Asian dude could like kick you in the head like that. And I was like growing up and shit. I was like, hey, don't fuck with Asian dudes, man. There's somehow they know all that shit. Like,
yeah.
It was the opposite for me, bro. Like I never fuck with Asian people. I'm like, hey, I don't want to find out that you know how to do a spinning back kick and kick me in the face. Like,
this motherfucker knows Jeet Kune Do. Fuck.
How do you know that?
Damn. Oh man, hey, that motherfucker drinks water.
Dude, beware the quiet man.
The water, right?
Watch out for the quiet
have to be
ones,
like
dude.
water.
See, Bruce Lee, right? Like the super quiet.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Why the fuck does Bruce Lee and Conor McGregor look so same, like their face?
Well, I think
nose, long face, like facial features.
I think it's just like the skinny guy, right?
No,
like,
the face though.
The face looks a lot like.
To me, the features look so similar, and I think I have to do some kind of Photoshop or something. I think when I get my new computer, I'll do it.
I think he models himself a lot after Bruce, like his fighting style and shit. That flowy style.
Though,
the face, huh?
Yeah, very similar.
Do they?
Yeah, in my opinion, they do.
Can I Google this?
Yeah, right. But you also have to get rid of the beard. His beard, not your beard. Your beard looks great.
Oh no, let's see. Conor McGregor, right?
Conor McGregor.
There's Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
There we go. And then here's Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but we're looking at two different.
I mean, we are looking at two different pictures, but
look, here's what I'll do. When I get my new computer, I'm gonna Photoshop it. Okay.
I want to see that.
I'll Photoshop it.
I'm gonna agree to disagree, and also you're wrong.
Right now we can agree to disagree. But you know what? That's why I need a new computer too, so that I can do Photoshop finally to prove to all these people that don't agree with me on these type of things, because you're not the only one. This happens all the time.
I can do Photoshop to prove you're wrong. It seems like a counterproductive thing.
No, there's a way that I can kind of like animate it to blend to show, oh, this to this. Oh, they're similar. There is a similarity. You know, I'm not saying they're twins.
That's cultural appropriation. Somehow.
I'm like, who are we talking about? To fucking Microsoft?
Yeah, to who? To Bruce?
Adobe.
To Ireland?
To Ireland.
To Ireland.
See, now, there's a couple of people. You think... You can't... What are you going to fucking do? You're going to fuck me up right there? I don't give a damn. You do fucking nothing.
You won't do nothing.
You won't do nothing. I'll fucking tell you what you want to do.
I want you to have Steve Lardner on this podcast at some point.
Oh,
and
yeah,
do that
Lardner.
and then you can have him confirm whether or not that's good.
I think he's gonna fucking hate me, because I can imagine somebody just coming up to like us as Americans, just being like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Like, do you like to eat pizza?"
That would be annoying.
I would be fucking annoyed. Maybe the first sentence or two, I'd be like,
do you like to eat pizza out here?
Like, that's funny. It's like, oh, you remind me of like a 90s VHS.
Right. You look like you were on MTV in 94.
Yeah. MTV.
MTV, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Total Request Live, dude.
Yeah.
Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. What the fuck happened to Carson Daly?
Yeah, what the fuck happened to him? He aged out. That's what happened to him, dude. He aged out like a motherfucker. He was like in his early 20s when TRL was a thing, and then he just got old.
I used to mix him and Freddie Prinze Jr. up together.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, both kind of bland dudes that don't really stand up.
Yeah, same haircuts.
Those were like the most vanilla white dudes ever, dude.
True.
Like, you ever heard Carson Daly cuss once ever? No.
Nah. Is he religious? Do you know he's religious?
Fucking no idea. He wasn't even necessary for that job. To be real with you. It was TRL. Here's NSYNC. Like, oh wow, good job, dude.
Damn, man.
Remember MTV?
I used to love watching MTV back then.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's how I discovered all the music I listened to, right? Like, we didn't have we didn't have Spotify. We didn't have Pandora. I feel like such an old dude now when I talk about like the early days of like anything.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
But
MySpace.
But we kind of are becoming that, though.
We already are that.
Do you know how many times on TikTok I had to ask people in my live streams, what does like, I know what SMH means. Like,
what is on fleek, young kids?
Yeah, no, I think they had to teach me like 20 different slangs. And I'd ask them, I'm like, what does this mean? I just asked them, I'm like, what the fuck does this mean?
You got to give up after. Like, we're so old, we don't know what those things mean. Like, we shouldn't even be allowed to have social media.
Yeah, or like simp. You're a simp. I'm like, what does simp mean?
Yeah. There's a new thing every day. Like, when Fleek came out, I was like, what the fuck is Fleek? On Fleek. But by the time we adapt it, it's lame, right?
True.
So someone walks in like, hey, you're on Fleek. Like, dude, that was like 2 years ago, you douche. Like, fuck.
It's such a weird thing that there's like cool words and then not cool words. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I think like we're just not cool.
Probably. But we also don't care.
No, I don't care about being cool because I can't do it.
Yeah.
But if I could be cool, I would care about it.
I didn't mean to say yeah to that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. If I could be cool, I would be the coolest guy, but I just can't do it.
I don't know.
I'm so lame, dude.
I think you're cool, man.
That's because you're not cool.
True. Maybe to like not cool guys.
No,
we're like
kidding.
the coolest guys.
Nah, I'm kidding. No, we're cool. We're cool as fuck, bro.
We're badass, man.
Yeah, man, we're dope, dude.
Yeah.
We're dope. We're dope tight kids, bro. We're the dopest. I don't know how that.
When you didn't have any so you didn't have any siblings, obviously. So
I have a half brother, but I only met him like 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
For only once?
No, I mean we have a relationship. It's just not very frequent because he lives in Valencia or something. It's far.
Oh, that's like 50, 60 miles, something like that. Yeah.
It's just tough. It's tough to see him, but yeah, my dad had me, and then he'd had my brother with he's like 15 years younger than me. He's like 20 or 21. Yeah, I think he's 20 actually. But yeah, it's crazy, and I hate him because he got all the good looks. He's tall and he's thin. He's got good hair. Like, fuck that kid, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I love you.
Is he mixed?
No. My dad was white, and then the
he's not white
girl.
anymore.
No, yeah,
He's not white.
He was white.
You changed, Dad.
Well, he's not alive anymore, so I don't know what he would be now.
My dad's not alive.
My dad passed away when I was 21.
Me too.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah, swear to God. Car accident.
Shit. My drug accident.
Well, I guess we'll high five to that. Not to the way it happened, but
it wasn't on purpose.
It wasn't. You know? Yeah, neither of us, right? Neither of us.
Yeah,
look at this fucking sick fuck comedians, right?
Hey, this is how it works.
We do it, right?
This is how we do it. Yeah.
To those of you that are like, because people get so weird.
Like, how are they laughing about their dead dad?
Because I'll make jokes about it. I'm like, yeah, because my dad's dead. And I'd laugh on my live stream. I'd just be like, and I'd laugh like a maniac. And then they're like, why are you laughing? That's so sad. I'm like, no, it's just it's hard to explain, isn't it? Isn't it?
I mean, it's not.
We're not making fun of it. It's just like,
I mean, yeah, it's not. It's sad for other people. But it's either you succumb to depression and you want to kill yourself, or you find a way to live with it and make it funny, right?
Yeah.
Like
sometimes you just laugh.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh about it, dude. I mean, you can't, dude. If I was depressed about every shitty thing that happened in my life, I wouldn't even be here, dude. Like,
exactly.
But we're all going through that shit, man. Life's fucking tough for like 99% of people, right? It's like that 1%. Like, money doesn't buy happiness. The fuck it doesn't. That's the only thing I stress about is money, bro. Like if there was $100,000 in my bank right now, I'd be walking around naked outside. I don't give a fuck. Arrest me, bitch. I got to find money. I don't care.
You'd be handing out ribeye steaks. Here you go, dude. They're not even cooked. They're just raw. Like here you go.
Yeah. Flop. That's assault. I don't care.
It's protein, motherfucker.
It's protein, bitch.
42 grams of protein.
Dude, I mean that was weird. It's kind of weird growing up without a dad. But I never did anyways because he was always doing drugs. You know,
my dad didn't do drugs, but he was always working. Never went to any holidays. He was like he would only come to like hit me and punish me and yell at me. Damn. But we had no relationship whatsoever. Like I don't know shit about him. So it's interesting, like the two angles on that.
Yeah.
Though, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my dad was never abusive. He was just never there. You know, that was the only thing. But I guess I'm lucky in that sense. If I had to, you know what I mean? Like, if I had to have a shitty situation, at least I wasn't also beat and abused, you know? Like, he just wasn't there enough. That was the thing about it. But, dude, I think it kept me from being that way, too, though. Like, I've never done coke or any hard, like, super hard drugs like that, dude. I've done, like, ecstasy and acid and stuff, which is, like, whatever, bro. Yeah. I'll do some mushrooms right fucking now. With psychedelics, they're not bad. That's fine. No one's ever died from mushrooms.
I totally thought you were going to say, like, I decided to never do drugs. And all of a sudden, I love acid, ecstasy. Shit, give me some shrooms
Those aren't drugs.
I'll fucking do it. Yeah.
I do recreational drugs. That's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever seen a homeless guy on the streets like, lost my life to Molly, dude?
Dude, I used to do a lot of ecstasy, and I had a friend who, he did so much ecstasy, his brain literally shut down. Like he went from like, hey, what's up, man? You good, Mike? To like, hey, what were we talking about? I'm not even exaggerating. God, it was crazy. I was like, what the? This dude is fucked up.
That's like all day, every day, though, man.
It was every day. It was every day. It was crazy to see that shit, especially these suburban kids. You know, you grow up in the suburbs. You guys do drugs. You listen to hip hop. You listen to rap.
Especially, like, you mean like the majority.
Yeah. It's a weird ecosystem.
It's rich people, dude. That's what it is. It's rich white kids because they have nothing else to do. They're bored as fuck.
So they live vicariously through like rap music.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
and they're get the burner. Get the burner. I'm like, dude, you live in fucking Torrance. Like nobody's gonna come. No. And he had a fucking revolver.
It's like there's a music video by Vince Staples. You know who Vince Staples is?
Yeah.
There's a music video called Fun. Right. And the video is like them in Long Beach and shit, and they're doing their thing. And then the video pans out at the very end, and it's a white kid on his laptop. And it's like, bang, like that's who buys the music.
True.
It's fucking young suburban white kids that fly themselves, like dive into the hip hop culture because they don't have any fucking culture, man. Like I'll say it right now as a white dude, we don't have any. So like when you grow up in the fucking rich neighborhood in suburbia and your dad's a lawyer and your mom's a stay-at-home mom, you like, dude, you watch the Brady Bunch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like stereotypical whatever, bro. Like you can look at the statistics and hip hop is supported by white suburban kids. Yeah. You know? Like,
yeah, specifically in America. Big time it is like that. Because obviously like if you grow up in Russia, you have a culture. But here if you
hip hop's big in Russia too, dude. There's Russian hip hop artists and they're all white.
That is true. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you're not wrong at all.
Well, if you think about it, right, like we stole this land from Native Americans and African Americans, right? So like our whole culture is based on that because that's what the fuck it was before we came around and stole all of it. I mean, it's not funny, but dude, that's just how it goes.
It's true.
Bro. That's the truth. Those are the hard facts of it, dude. There's a reason why our country is the way it is. It's because we jumped into someone else's fucking house and we're like, hey, this is ours now. Mm-hmm. And it never was ours.
What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine.
Yeah, fuck, dude. It's crazy.
So is that your favorite beer, Modelo?
I love Modelo, dude.
Especial.
I'm not really a beer guy to be honest, but summertime. Yeah, like summer brings the beer out.
And I'm sure you thought we were each gonna have 3 each, and sure.
Yeah, I
feel bad about.
That's okay.
Because I know you brought it like, surprise, man, what's up? Because before when I would drink, dude, I was like, yo. But you could tell right away when in my face, he's like, hey, I got this. And I was like, oh, yeah. And so, no shoes.
I mean, I didn't know you were sober or not. Like,
yeah. You know what? The more I'm just looking at your face, I shaved the beard off. No, I shaved the beard off. And I was like, I feel like you'd have a really nice, like, young dad look.
I don't know, dude.
I think so. I could see it. I don't really know the feature below that, but my brain's filling it in. And you have like a really nice,
like a weird double chin,
nice like friendly face. Because it's easy to get lost with the tattoos and then like the beard, right? But then I already see it. I see through the beard.
The tattoos are because I have an addictive personality. Is really what it is, dude. I got one tattoo and then that's what it is, dude. My dad's side of the family, they're all drug addicts and alcoholics. Like,
really?
Bro, all of them. Yeah. My dad died from it. My uncle died from it. My grandfather died from it.
Fuck.
I had a cousin go to prison for 10 years for a DUI that killed 3 people. Like, dude, I mean, my dad's side of the family is like beyond fucked up in the wrong direction, you know? So like I'd like consciously make it, like when I was in my 20s, dude, I used to be a serious alcoholic. I drank almost every day. It just wasn't by myself. So that's how I justified it, right? Like, I'm not drinking by myself in my room, but like I was drunk every night. I was just at somebody's house or like a party or whatever, you know? It's like when I got a little older, or actually this was younger, actually. I started getting tattooed at like 18. So I hadn't really been drinking that much then. I started about 19, 20. But dude, the tattoos was just like, it was so addicting. It was like I got one, and then I would go back, and then I'd get another one, and then before I knew it, I went back, and I was like, I just want my whole forearm done. And the guy was like, are you sure, man? Like, you're young. And I was like, I don't care. Here's the money. Give me the tattoos.
In the first session?
No. I mean, no. This was like the 3rd or 4th time I went in there to get tattooed. I had like my left arm here. I'd picked like 4 pieces, and I was like, I want my forearm done. And he at first wasn't going to do it because I only had a couple up top.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I'm like that with comedy too, though. Like, so like I lucky in a sense where like I was able to curb any kind of substance abuse things to like into positive things, right? Mm-hmm. So like comedy, like you'll literally have to kill me for me to stop. Like I'll never stop comedy, dude. Like I get obsessed with it. You know, what was I say earlier? Like I've had both directions of comedy, like where I've stayed sober for a while, not had any drinks when I went up on stage and done great, and then done shitty, and then did comedy juice at the Improv with 300 people, had 4 straight whiskeys and killed, dude, like murdered. I don't know how it sounds, dude. I murdered. Yeah. I have the tape to prove it. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
What? But like other big shows I've done like that, like I did the Ice House once and I did the Improv once, and I drank both of those times because I was so fucking mega nervous, dude. Like I don't care who you are, how long you've been in comedy. If you don't get nervous in front of a couple hundred people, then you don't care.
See, I haven't been in front of the most I've been in front of was like 85. I would love to be in front of a couple hundred because I feel like that adrenaline rush has to be insane. Because I felt like that you feel like a bomb, like a constantly exploding bomb, but it's like controlled in a weird way, even though you feel out of control, right?
That was the one. So that when I did the Irvine Improv, and shout out to Comedy Juice for giving me the opportunity to do
shout out Comedy Juice.
So fucking cool, dude. That was the best night ever. But right before I went on stage, I was like drenched, bro, like sweating because I was like, I'm gonna fucking bomb. I'm gonna forget my fucking jokes. Like there's too many fucking people. I peeked out the curtain. I was like, fuck, I'm not ready, dude. Like I'm not ready. I was freaking out. And then as soon as I walked out on stage, it was gone, dude. Like it just left, and I was like, "Oh shit, we're here!" And I had the best night of my life, dude. And that was like that moment I knew for sure like that was what I'm supposed to do. Because I've never had that experience before where I was like gonna have a heart attack and then it went away. Like as soon as I walked out on stage, I was like, oh fuck yeah. Like this is what I want. You know, like I hate, you know this too, and any comic who watches this will know this. You show up to the bar show, there's fucking 60 people, they're into it, and then 2 hours later you're going up in front of 12 people. And the whole
so many times,
comic, man. Right? Like you're up here in every comic, you're just you go down, you go down, you go down. Hey, you're next. Then you're down here, you're like, fuck.
But see, that's how you know you want it though, also.
Exactly.
Like, why the fuck else would we do that for anything else? Would we do that for some fucking McDonald's? We wouldn't do that.
Fuck no. I wouldn't wait 3 hours for a cheeseburger.
I don't even wait for the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Dude, that's a good point, though. I mean, there really is nothing else I put myself through that to do.
Yeah.
Fuck. And it's still the hardest thing I've ever done, dude.
But yeah, we keep going back.
We keep going back, dude. Right. I mean, this whole thing has been like, fuck, man. It's like starting over, which sucks because I've only been doing this for a year before COVID started. So dude. Like, dude, I was just like getting into that pocket of like, I'm not nervous to go on stage anymore. Like I'm nervous, but like, you know, when you first
start, terrified.
Yeah,
you're not like
terrified, right? Like when you first start, you're like, hi, you know, like now I'm just like, what's up? Like I'm fucking ready, dude. Like I'm ready to get up here. Like I get excited now instead of like terrified.
I mean, I saw you, dude. We were on the same show not too long ago.
That was fun. Was that Harp, right?
Yeah, what was it? Yeah, that was a Harp in. When was that?
Yeah. Oh, it's been 84 years.
Was that January or?
Yeah, dude, that was like right March? Before this popped off, like January or February, maybe.
That was the last show I did, man.
Yeah, dude. I'd have to look back on my flyers, but yeah, that was the last show I did too. Yeah, that's right. That was fun as fuck too.
Oh, you offered me weed. Yeah, at Harpin, yeah.
Oh, for everybody. That means, bro. I always bring my weed, bro. Yeah, dude, I got some in my bag. I got this in my bag now. I got the beer.
Fuck, if this was like 3 years ago, I would have been like, duh.
I have substance abuse problems. They're just like minor. Well,
that's what we have in common too. I was addicted to XC. You know, all blah blah. You know, you guys have heard about it. I don't think get into it, but like, you know,
right now I have a tab of acid and a full hit of Molly just sitting at home. I'm just waiting.
Are you serious?
I don't know when I'm going to do it. I was supposed to go to a rave.
You're serious?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm dead serious, bro. It's there.
Isn't it called like candy flipping?
Candy flipping.
Candy flipping. Yeah. I hear. I have a group of friends that do that, and they swear by it.
Like, dude, oh my god.
I can't. Dude, XC. I was so addicted to it.
Not ecstasy though. Molly. It's just straight Molly.
Pure stuff.
See, I don't. So my ex lives in Vegas, right? Maybe you'll know. You ever know the Superman ecstasy? You ever seen those? They're in the shape of the Superman logo.
I didn't take that one, but the Mitsubishi and like.
Yeah. Okay. So you've had like you've had like the super strong, like the stamped ecstasy pills. Forget about it, dude. Like I had. I was out with my ex and I had a friend that worked at Caesar's Palace and he could get us into the clubs and shit and into Omnia. And so I was like, let's do some ecstasy. And she was like, she's like, yeah, right.
Let's just do some ecstasy.
Let's do some ecstasy, right? Yeah, like go to the Vegas club. Like, let's do some ecstasy. And when she hit up her friend and her friend was like, hey, take half. You know, and I was like, yeah, when I'm trying to get fucked up, she's like, I know, take half. If you take the whole thing, she's like, just so I don't fucking listen. You know, I got straight. Not only did I take the whole thing, I fucking chewed it. Like I threw it in my mouth, crunched it a few times, took my Red Bull and swallowed it, and then
chewed the pill.
Bro, you gotta get that coating out. You know what I mean? Like,
what did it taste like?
Get it in there. I did it so fast. Like I popped it in, crunched it a few times, and then chugged the Red Bull vodka right out. Like
I crushed it up and snorted it one time, and I tasted all the chemicals and it burned. So I was like, dude, if it.
Oh no, I'm sure it tasted like shit, but I did try to do it so fast that it wouldn't matter. Like it was just like pop it, crunch, shot, down. You know, like just so it would hit quicker.
Yeah.
Wow. Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, I was still rolling, dude. I was like, fuck.
What's the difference between the? I know it's pure, but like, what is the difference from your experience? Are you saying the stamped ones from back in the day were stronger?
Yes. So this is how.
No wonder I got so addicted,
dude. Well, this is how she explained it to me, right? So like average cheap ecstasy is cut with meth, right? The good ecstasy, like the stamped ecstasy, the good shit, is cut with like good coke
with a clean stamp.
Yeah,
symbols,
like the clean, like if you're getting those, like the Superman ones, or like the Superman logo punched into it. If you're getting those, like those were $40 a pill, dude. And she was giving them to us at cost. She used to sell them for $75 a pill, dude. So she gave them to us each for 40, and we only bought one, you know. And she bought like a fucking Ziploc.
But that's all you needed, though.
That's all you needed, right? You could have split that in two and had two perfectly good experiences. It was like that big, dude. It was a fat ecstasy pill. But she told us, she was like, that's cut with like something like 90% pure coke or something. Because that's what ecstasy is, dude. Yeah. It's your MDMA and then your stimulant, right? So it's like your MDMA or meth.
I like
MDMA,
the ones with meth a lot.
The meth. I don't like meth. That's the thing is like I took the cheap ones before and the meth was like, dude, I just didn't fucking like it. It gave me a headache. I grinded my jaw really bad. Like the coke, but I don't like coke either.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like that's why I kind of like got off ecstasy because I was like, that's the closest I've ever done to doing cocaine. Like I've never snorted anything in my nose. It's just like some weird thing I have because I watched it as a kid, you know, like my dad doing it and shit. So it was just like, it was traumatic to me. So I never did it, but I don't like the way it makes me feel. It's super fucking jittery.
That's when you really feel like a drug addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I felt like a drug addict when I did that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you feel like a junkie. You're just, you know, like even just having coke in my system through the ecstasy, I was just like, I don't like this. This is fucking weird, dude.
Wait, so you don't get the jaw stuff off the pure stuff? Like the jaw, that?
No, not really. I tend to like chew gum though. You tend to chew a lot of gum when you're doing Molly or whatever. You know, it's like the last rave I went to, I candy flipped, and I was chewing gum the whole time. Okay. Have you ever gone to raves?
I went to one underground rave.
Like in the 90s? Early 2000s? Because they haven't been underground for a minute now.
2008? 2007?
Okay, yeah.
It was called Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, okay. So you're around with those. That was like the years where it was still like underground and shit. Because now it's gotten more popular, dude.
Yeah, it's just like a mainstream thing. But back then it was just fucking, I would take it for no reason. I made a mistake. I was the one that was addicted. Even my drug dealer was like, "Hey, Mike, I don't really want to sell you this, dog, to be honest." He said that. That's
when you know you've gone too far.
And the guy that was smoking meth, even he loves smoking meth from the Pookie, he'd be like, "Hey, Mike, yeah, you okay, man? You look like you lost a lot of weight. You been tweaking?" Like that. Even the meth addict was talking to me like that. So that's when I didn't stop still, but
I mean, dude, it's fun. Like drugs are fun, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like I love it. But I have to be careful now because I'm going to be 36. Went to my first rave at 35, dude. That was crazy. The first time I ever went to a rave was last year.
So, but you did ecstasy before that?
Oh, yeah. No, I've done ecstasy before that, and I've done acid before that. But it was the first time I'd done it at a fucking rave. It was so fun, dude. It was so fun.
I gotta interrupt you right now. How does it feel being about to be 36? And because I feel better than I've ever felt.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 31, so I'm just wondering. 36,
man. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, dude. It's weird because like I don't feel like I'm an adult. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like remember when you were kids and you would watch adults, like your parents and shit, you'd be like, those are adults. Like that's crazy, you know? But like, dude, I'm 30. I'll be 36 in 2 months, and I still play video games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just like if anything, like you said, like I feel better now than I ever have. I think, and I think it's because we're cool with who we are. You know what I mean? Like you finally hit the point where you're like, this is who I am. I'm good with it. I'm gonna fuck if you like it or not. Who was it? I can't remember. It was a real famous comedian that said it, but it was like, I like my steak cooked this way. I like my women this way. I like my drinks this way. And it's just like, that's how it is, but you ain't changing shit. You know, it was like Ron White or something that said that, I think.
It might have been him.
Yeah, but you just hit a certain point as a man where you're like, this is what I fucking like. This is my expectations. If you don't like it, bye. I'm not changing for anybody. You know? I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel old because like my body's fucked up. I got bad knees and my back's bad and I've had surgery on my ankle and shit. But mentally, like, I feel great. I mean, I feel like what is it? Ricky Gervais didn't start comedy until he was like, what, 40?
Really?
Yeah. So that maybe like gave me like this huge like, oh fuck, it's not too late,
right?
man. Yeah, hearing that kind of like woke me up, and I was like, well, shit, dude, don't give up. Like you're still young, you still got this. Like, I think we just get that weird misconception that like if you're not successful by the time you're like 25, it's over. You know.
And what is success, anyways? Because how many people change their careers or are miserable up with all the money they have up to like the age of fucking death?
It's true.
A lot of people. Right?
I mean, I don't care about money, dude. As long as my bills are paid, that's it. I don't give a
look, I moved back home and then started pursuing my dreams too, right? Like I left the job or the work that I was doing, which could have led to a lot of fucking money, but I was so miserable.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. And fuck, I live with my mom and my sister. You know, I'm about to be 31, and I'm not gonna lie, I started thinking about it recently because before I didn't give a fuck because I was working so hard for my dreams. And yeah, I'm still, doing my videos and stuff. But then because when stand-up was dead, then eventually, or when stand-up died, then eventually got to the point where since I'm not doing it, it made me start to get a little bit self-conscious, like, what am I doing? Yeah. But the being in our 30s is still very fucking young. And even people in their 50s start completely over.
It's just a flat tire right now is what it is, dude. The comedy,
but it's still rolling.
We just got the comedy flat tire, but we're just limping. We're just limping on the side of the road. But the tire's getting changed and we're going to be able to go full speed again, dude. I mean, I've had
and
that.
It's not everything either, too.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But I also had that same thought of like, damn, I've been grinding and doing all this with the justification being like, well, this is my dream, man. Like, I got to keep grinding comedy and it'll make something out of myself. And then it died, for the time being. And so then you start to look back and you're like, well, fuck, what am I doing now? Like, dude, I work right now. I work 4 days, 4/10s, and I have 3 days off. And like, it's fine. Perfect. I would like to have more free time, but at least I'm having a majority of my week is mine, So like, I'm good with it for now. It's fine. Hopefully comedy takes off in the next 10 years. What do you feel about that? Do you think that's proper? Everyone always says, well, it takes you 10 years to become a comic. I don't know, man.
I don't agree.
I don't agree either, to be honest.
The reason why I don't agree is because you can do the amount of work you can do as a stand-up comedian. We'll go specifically to open mics, right? Right. The amount of work one person can do versus the other in a year is vastly different, depending on how much they put into it and the way their brain works and how they're able to correlate things together in terms of the knowledge they've gained from the experience, and if they're able to put parallels together with that, which makes them like it makes their brain wire everything together into a web to create this like nucleus of like comedy brain. Yeah. You know what I mean? Versus others who just don't have that and can't do that. You know what I mean? There's like different, there's too many factors I believe that require that. Yeah. Cause like,
I think a lot of people are hoping that 10 years will make them better.
Yeah. Like by default.
Right. By default. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like, well, all I gotta do is make it to the 10 years and then I'm good. Like, no, you got to have some of it already. You have some talent already, to like mold over that. However long it takes you, I mean, Bo Burnham did comedy for like a year and then had a fucking hour-long special at 16.
That's crazy.
It's always an exception to the rule, man.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When I saw that guy's stuff before, I would hate on him because I was jealous. I love him, dude. I hated it. No, he's good, but I hated that.
Well, yeah, of course. Naturally, we're comics. You're like, fuck you. You can't just be born and come out the gate like that. What the fuck?
Starting before I started basketball. I think I was more jealous of the fact that he started I was like, well, maybe my parents were white and supported me. Right? Like I would think that they weren't fucking from Korea and like went through the Korean War, like because of generational trauma, like they got fucking blah 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 blah. Well, they didn't go, It's
true though, dude. I mean, he just got in, started doing it, and then by like 16 had his first special, and you're like, how the fuck, bro? Crazy. But you can only name people like that like on one hand,
and you can't hate on him either because he didn't ask like, hey, like. Fuck at this day, bust in my mom's vagina, and then have me on this day and support me. Like
I'll be famous by 16.
Yeah, there's so many other factors involved.
He just fucking did it, bro. I mean, he was just that fucking funny, and I think he's fucking hilarious. One of my favorite comedies.
He is really good. I mean, his whole country song where he's making, right? Yeah.
Oh, the pandering.
But here's the thing too. It's people say like, oh, if you had too happy of a life, you aren't funny. But
nah.
Yeah.
I mean, D'Elia just did his newest special. He just did a great joke about that.
Did he?
Where he's like, they always say every comic has to have some dark past. He's like, not me. He's like, my childhood was great. He has a joke where he's like, I'd be like, hey, Dad. My dad was like, yeah. He's like, it was awesome. His parents were, you don't have to be fucked up to be funny. But I think you have to be funny. You don't have to be fucked up to be funny. But you have to be funny if you've been fucked up. Otherwise, your life's going to be really difficult.
Facts.
You got to find a way to make that funny because then you just end up a depressed alcoholic.
That got very real right there.
It's true.
That's true. Hence the reason why I did drugs and I would drink a lot too.
I mean, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
We all do it. We all try to numb it a little bit. But that's where comedy comes in, and became my outlet.
Yeah, it was a great outlet.
So instead of having to turn to substance or whatever, you just turn to comedy, and that's the most addicting thing ever, dude.
There was no high that compares.
No, not even close. You can't even explain it to anybody.
Dude, I would when I was in my last 2-year relationship, which ended in December, I wouldn't even want to fuck her anymore. I'd rather do open mics. I'm serious. I didn't want it. Well, also it was like a toxic relationship, but I was like, dude, I don't even want to fuck. I just want to do stand up. Like that brings me more joy than your pussy.
Yeah, that was definitely a good thing you guys broke up then.
I know. Yeah, vagina.
Vagina is a magical thing. If it's not bringing you happiness, that the person attached to it sucks for sure.
It's true. Yeah, she was a maniac.
Because vagina is the best thing ever.
Vagina is
unless you're gay. I'm sorry you don't understand that, but
there's butt vaginas.
the butt vagina.
There's a booty vagina.
I'll tell you right now, dude.
Mangina.
I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, I've done both. Okay, not the gay part, but I've done
the butthole.
I put it in the butt and I put it in the V. Vagina is better. I don't care what you fucking say.
Cleaner.
It's cleaner. I don't like to do anal unless I'm getting paid.
Oh.
Okay. No. Yeah, no, dude. Vagina's better. Pussy's better.
Yeah.
If you're gay like that, that's, good, great for you. But I also feel bad for you that vagina doesn't turn you on because you're just missing out. Vagina's great. It's like they can't have the same argument. They can be, well, yeah, but you don't know what the butt feels like. I do know what the butt feels like. It's not as good as the vagina. Like if gay dudes had vaginas, other gay dudes.
Oh, yo, I thought you were about to go a whole nother direction with that. I was like, Tom, where you going with that, man? No hate.
Filipino gay dudes had vaginas.
There's a lot of gay Filipinos.
Dude, listen.
Why is I talk to my Filipino friends. I'm like, I've never seen more gay people come from a specific ethnic group than Filipinos.
Why is that?
And transgenders coming from Filipinos.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
Why is that? Are the women not? Are there not? Is it like a weird ratio from men to women in the Philippines?
No, because obviously, like you could tell, dude. Some people, you just. I think people are born gay. Because there's kids I've seen.
I agree with that.
Where I was like, oh, that kid's for sure gonna be gay. Like you just kind of know. Yeah. But I don't think it's the ratio. I don't know what it is, but it's just like, oh, one of my Filipino. I remember now. One of my Filipino friends told me that they don't think it's gay. Even if you get head from a guy, because heads like it's separate.
But isn't like the gay thing like frowned upon in the Philippines, or is it like not, or is it like a super lax thing, and that's why people feel more open?
I think definitely out of all the Asian groups, the Philippines are just like way more lax with that shit, just like way more cool with it.
I think that has a lot to do with it, right?
Probably.
Like, if you live in Brazil, you're gonna have a hard time being a gay dude.
You might get killed too.
You might get killed, right? Yeah. But if you live in the Philippines and everyone's like, whatever, like, you fine, be free. Listen, dude, if someone put a gun to my head and they're like, you got to fuck a dude, and it was like a hairy dude like me, or like,
oh my God.
Right? Or like a little Filipino lady boy, like, I'll take the lady boy.
Of course, man. Yeah,
Dude,
just duct tape the balls up and I'll just like pretend it's
not even that bad. Girl. I used to watch the Jenny Jones show back in the day, or they would do like the Who's the Dude or whatever. Dude, some of them lady boys, you're like, I was wrong so many times. I'm like, that's a chick, bro. That's not a chick.
I've seen the competitions
I get it.
in Thailand on YouTube,
dude,
like a couple years ago, and I was like, these are guys,
right? Like it's fucking crazy, bro. You hit that doggy style, you
wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know until your balls hit each other.
Yeah, or if a big ass dick goes like it slaps your balls. You're like, hold on a minute, why is your shit bigger than mine? Oh wait, because you're.
Yeah, I ain't fucking no dude with a bigger dick than me.
No, hell no. They better be smaller than my shit.
Better be the most micro penis ever.
It better be a good 2.5 inches right there.
Tape it up. I don't want to see it.
yeah, tape it up. Use some gaffer's tape. So we can save the environment.
It makes sense though, because sometimes gay dudes hook up with the transsexual dudes because they got the vagina, and you're like, so the vagina is better.
That's true.
You just can't do anything about it because you're not turned on by women.
That's a whole nother world that it's complex that obviously we don't know about, but that's so interesting with all that stuff. But yeah, you know what? That's somebody that I'd like to interview.
Yeah, right.
Like somebody that is gay but likes vagina. Of another transgender.
Dude, pussy is so fucking good that even gay dudes are down for it. It just has to be on another dude.
That's true, huh?
Yeah.
But
like, when's the last time you saw a lesbian transgender couple? It doesn't happen that often, you know.
Lesbian transgender.
Like a girl, like a naturally born female with a transitioned male to female. How many times do you see that relationship? It's always usually the transition.
I've seen that
with
too.
The gay dude.
But also, I feel like we have a very small, like, group to look from.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, sure, yeah. I mean, I don't live in North Hollywood, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
Or West Hollywood, wherever all that stuff happens. If I did, though, I mean, I mean, I had a joke about it a long time ago that when I first started about, like, my ex-girlfriend used to take me to gay bars.
Gay bars are fun, by the way.
Dude, super fun. Super fun.
I met Joe Coy at a gay bar.
Bro, dude, listen.
Like
gay bars, here's the thing, dude. Gay dudes.
He was with his girlfriend, by the way.
I love Joe Coy, dude.
Joe Coy's I met him like 5 times. He's so cool. But
ding!
Yeah, ding, ding. That was so funny, man.
Oh, dude, that always pops out when I think of Joe Coy.
He colors is green and stuff.
Ting ting. But yeah, dude, like we used to take me because her and her girlfriends used to like to go because they don't get fucking hassled by dudes, right?
Yeah.
They just get hassled by butch lesbians, which they get free drinks. But like, dude, I used to get so many free drinks. They know you're not gay. That's the thing about it. Like, if you're a straight dude in a gay bar, they fucking know you're not gay. You don't have to say anything.
That's true.
You stick out like a fucking sore thumb, dude. Like, they already know. But they still want to buy you drinks and shit, right? There's some of them that probably like,
they're hoping to flip
get him, right? Yeah, right. But dude, every time I would go with her, can I buy you a drink? Like, sure. You know, like, can I get your number? I'm straight, man. I mean, my girlfriend's over there, you know? Like, oh, like, man, motherfucker, you knew I wasn't gay. Get the fuck out of here.
No,
dude, so many free drinks,
right?
though.
they do that thing where they're like, oh, are you sure? It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
but
they
like,
know.
like super disappointed. They're like, oh, come on, really? And like a nice, like, disappointed, like, but they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing, dude.
Yeah.
That's a fun environment to be in, though, dude.
It is.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, fucking give a fuck. That's fun times, bro. I'm secure in my masculinity.
Good music, all that music. Yeah. See, that's another thing we're thinking about too, right there. Like we had that experience. Like I dated a girl for like a year and a half because I made her at a gay club. You know,
dude. Fuck. Listen, it's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with going to the gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay.
Nothing wrong with being gay.
Or black.
Or Asian.
Or white. Or Mexican. There's a lot wrong with being white though.
Yeah. I was doing that for you.
Especially right now.
Yeah. I was trying to help
If you're white, stop it. Stop right now.
Listen to him.
All my Caucasians out there, stop.
Yeah. You're the guy that where if somebody's like some racist white lady is yelling at like an Asian guy, like, get out of my country. Get out. It's like, and then like let's say it's me, I'm like, dude, no, I'm born here. He's like, no, you don't know. You don't know. And all of a sudden, you're the white person that comes in, and all of a sudden, she's like, you have the decoder ring.
Right.
But you're saying the same shit as me. You're saying the same shit as me, but all of a sudden, it's like, oh, she's like, white person. And then you're like, hey, he's born here. All right? Look, just lady, stop.
I would
stop. And all of a sudden, her like walls come in. She's like, okay, but he started it. But it's like, no, you started it, bitch.
You started it, bitch.
Yeah, you dumbass.
We all started it as a people.
There's a power. There's a power with that shit, man.
Where did white people come from, though? You know, we just took everything over. We just appeared on boats in the middle of the ocean.
That's such a good question. Like, how and when did they become like the ones on the top of the whole like racial hierarchy in everywhere with like Hollywood, like just everything? How did that even spread from Hollywood to the world? Like
today on History Lessons with Mike.
yeah. Since I don't know shit, we're just
how do we do
3 hours later like, what if they like?
It's turning into a Joe Rogan podcast without.
Yeah. Joe Rogan. I gotta talk slower then. I mean, it's very clear that. You know, I don't know how to talk. I cannot imitate Joe Rogan at all.
It's hard to imitate. You just got to have a lot of facts that you regurgitate, but you don't know.
Yeah, but he's great, man. I was just watching a video about how to not. I'm paraphrasing. It didn't really say this on YouTube, but like how to not be a bitch or how to stay true to your opinion or something. And it was about Joe Rogan and it was cool and stuff, but.
I mean, dude, that's part of the comedy that scares me too, though. It's like we had that, like, as comics, we had that, like, that kind of like that go ahead of like, you know, get up
like
there.
You're allowed to
say the shit, man. You know, like I wouldn't say that, you say it, but like now, I don't know what we're allowed to say or not. You know, like, can we joke? Is satire gonna be banned? You know, like, I used to have a joke where I would make fun of the LAPD specifically for murdering black people, which I'm not gonna fucking do that joke anymore because it's not a joke anymore. It's not funny. Never was a joke to begin with, but the joke itself was this weird, like, you know, there's always an exception to the rule thing of, like, you know, maybe we'll just fix cops by announcing on their vest that they're probably not going to shoot you. But and then in parentheses, it would say, unless you're black, right? Which is like, before all this stuff went down, like, people were like, that happens, you know?
That's
like,
true, because before it became to, like, how it is now, they would have been able to laugh because it's like dark humor. It's not condoning it.
Now it's just a little too close to home.
Yeah. So now, if you said it, you would be looked at as if you're like a dragon leader of the Ku Klux Klan, or
right?
some
Like,
shit.
or just don't take this seriously. Like, you think that's funny that somebody died, which is like, that sucks. But like, it's also this weird line of like, well, where's the line now? You know, like, where is the line? Like, what can we say? What can't we say? Like, who's gonna get offended? Who's ready to be offended? You know, are those people that go to comedy shows and they want, like, fuck, hurt my feelings. This is gonna be fun. You know, like, they want to be offended. They want you to.
Schultz, man.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew Schultz.
He's one of the people that's like, I stand by this. Like,
yeah, dude.
Like, this is what it is. Like, it's funny and shit.
Or Anthony Jeselnik, or like a Daniel Tosh or someone like that. They just don't give a fuck. They're gonna say what they're gonna fucking say. But even those guys now, gotta be careful, man, because you're in the spotlight.
And they're
Andrew
white.
especially, and he's a white guy, you know, and his videos are fucking hilarious, and they've been gaining traction good, but only takes one fucking mistake, the tiniest mistake, or the wrong word, or the wrong phrasing. Like, so comedy is like, this is the best and worst time, I think, to do comedy. You know, the best time because we have all these social media outlets. There's so many avenues for people to get a hold of us and get our content, but at the same time, it's people get offended for breakfast. It's like a hobby now, you know? So I'm not going to stop. And I guess I'll figure it out on the way.
That's the only way. And the good news is, nobody knows who the fuck we are.
Yeah, that's true.
So if like 3-5 people get pissed off, cool.
So true.
It's like, fuck it.
Like, damn, I can't perform at Mary's Bar and Grill now.
Oh, you mean in Long Beach?
I don't know, wherever, dude. I just, you know, whatever bar it is you get banned from doing comedy from. You're like, oh, no, now I can't perform and get free pizza. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
I can't perform at the open mic where I have to pay $5.
Exactly. It's like we have a TV show on air that's like we got to worry about losing a career. You know, like, we're still in that weird sweet spot right now.
Damn.
Just don't say anything racist on stage.
Yeah, guys, don't say anything racist on stage
unless it's really funny.
Yeah, this is really funny.
Then go for it.
And you're not white, because if you're white, be careful, because people are going to look at you.
No, don't listen to him. If you're a white guy, please go on stage and say the most racist stuff ever.
Yeah,
I would like less competition. It's good for me. Thank you.
Too many white people in comedy.
If there's too many straight white males in comedy. I need some of you to weed yourselves out.
Too many. but yeah. Oh, it's okay. Perfect timing. So
perfect timing.
Dom, do you have any? I know you do, but I'm just gonna ask it anyways. Do you have any social medias?
I have social media. I have Instagram. That is at extendedmidget.
Can you spell that for them just in case they don't know?
Extendedmidget. EXTENDEDMIDGET.
Cool.
Extendedmidget. All one word. You can find me on Facebook at Dom Pierno. Pierno. You can find me on TikTok at The Extended Midget. And I think that's it. I don't do Twitter because nobody gives a shit about what I have to say. So, I don't do Twitter at all. Just Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, which I barely do that too.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks for joining me and Dom here. And thanks for bearing with me and my, I've been out of it. I slept like 2 hours last night. And it's hot, and I'm making a lot of excuses, but these are real excuses because my butt's sweaty. I feel fucking gross, and I just feel
butt is
not
also
confident.
We can.
That's true. We can butt high five in the air.
But we can butt five
like a chest bump, but like with butts and like with just sweat flies everywhere.
Slipping butt,
like brown sweat looks like shit.
Crack and slide,
like
a slip and slide. But
I'm hungry.
I just thought about crack. Now I just want crack.
That's good. So, guys, this has been another episode of the Setbreaker podcast. That's Dom.
Bye.
Pierno. And I will see you on the next episode. And until then, have a good night, have a good day, and have a good morning.